Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our beautiful soul family. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm excited to be back with the amazing Richard. Yay! Again, I'm Breanne here over with Readings with Bree, and we're looking forward to diving into another fun topic for you guys today. We're going to dive into some of the hidden truths about New Year's, and then we have some fun channeled messages and connections with Anubis at the end as well. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, baby, thank you so much for having me on your glorious show, my glorious beauty. Greetings, world and Femi. And we forgot to tell you something. Together, Breanne and I, we are
Double
double.
vision.
I was gonna say trouble. Of
Double
course,
trouble
Richard's
works
gonna
as
screw
well.
double vision.
Yay!
Yay!
I love it. Oh, that's fun. It's fun. Oh, lovely. And so, how are you doing over there?
Ah, thank you for asking, my beauty. I am good. I am tired, very, very tired. And, a lot of our, family members, friends, they're reporting a lot. It's like a tiring, like you were saying earlier on yesterday, we had the solstice, the
Yes.
longest day of the year. You know, like,
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of different shifts and changes, and it feels just like body aches and just a bit of an exhaustion, all in all, for sure.
how
So,
are your dreams?
oh, they have been, oh my gosh, that's a whole other
Uh,
topic, but
okay.
very, very vivid, very interesting. I had some really cool experiences, very real experiences with a Lyran, and this has been helping me through seeing a lot of things. And I went into certain past vision. Well, it was almost like a meditation. This wasn't even a dream, and I was able to see a different version of myself that was quite there it was broken, there was trauma, there was a lot of heavy energy, and I was able to like collapse that and integrate it. It was fabulous, but my dreams have been very vivid and intense. How about
Vivid.
yourself?
So vivid, and I usually wake up very early for me, 4:45, and it's only because I have an alarm clock. It's like, well, number one, I have no choice because my cat, Dr. Boof, I'm not up. She's jumping on my face, feed me, feed me. And yes, I'm a freak. I think it's adorable. So I wake up really, really early, and usually what I do is I start deciphering my vivid dreaming.
Mm.
But Brian, this morning I woke up, I was like, okay, something is happening. It's 3 nights in a row, just before, like maybe the half hour before awakening, I have the same dream. And I can't remember what the dream is, but the dream for the 3 nights came into 3 layers. Each layer had 2 segments to it. And within the last half hour, I remember because I'm vivid dreaming. You got to remember, Richard. So I'm going over it, remember, remember, remember. And I wake up and I forget.
Oh,
3 nights in a row.
you know what's something really interesting over here? There was, I believe, 3 nights in a row where we had a really crazy windstorm. Power went out, and twice, 2 nights, two out of those 3 nights went back on 333. And I
Really?
woke up and I was like, because it shot all the lights on. So I woke up right away and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 333. And same thing happened that after the next night. It was almost like we were going through some massive collective shift. It was really interesting. I think I checked the
Yeah.
Schumann resonance and I didn't notice a whole lot of stuff, but it was interesting when you say three. There's that 333 that keeps coming out.
Your 333, my 3 nights in a row in 3 chapters, but you had the two. And the two felt like almost, say, like if it was 3 different hallways or mind, body, spirit, or the 2 chapters was this is the situation and this is the recipe. So this is what we're tackling, and this is how we tackle one. And then the middle part, the same. And I don't know if I was made to remember it as much as if it was some kind of a download that was coming in. But I know it's very important. And the most important, Brianne, Femi, is it was not troublesome or I didn't feel like rushed or scared or anything. I knew it was important, but it was like peaceful importance. I was just like a little
I
what'd you
was
get?
gonna, while you were talking about that, I was like kind of asking spirit, like, what's the energy of that? And it's a download. There's communication coming in, but when you're like, it's peaceful, we have the lovers too. There's something about an
Ah,
alignment that is
yes.
happening. I think you will. Oh, and then I cut. Oh my gosh, I cut again, and I have the star. That could be. Oh my goodness, some also healing happening,
Yes.
but connections. I wonder if there's another star being that's coming in here for you.
It could be, huh? Very well so.
That's for some reason I
Flesh of the
keep
goose.
getting that a star like it's a new connection that's coming in, a new energy that's coming in for you. Yes, and then one more
Maybe it's
confirmation.
Anubis.
Oh yes, you haven't. I know. I knew this is
Maybe,
fabulous.
maybe.
Coming forward with beautiful romantic like cup energy. So maybe I'm thinking about Lena.
Yes,
Sorry, that's another
maybe.
topic, but with that Knight of Cups, it's like romanticizing, and it's energy, it's a message, it's a messenger coming in. So I'm curious. Keep me posted. I want to know what you find out in the days ahead.
I will, promise.
I love it. Ooh, so I love it. I love it. So, my friend, should we dive into again? I think we're going to look into the energy of New Year's and really talk about
Ooh.
like what's the hidden truth behind it. And it's interesting. I did get one big, I mean, we can absolutely pull some tarot and see what messages are coming out and go with the flow. I noticed you have a beautiful something we did not coordinate, guys, is the colors. What's interesting is Richard's like, hey, you're wearing black and red. He's wearing black and red, and even his green crystal ball. And then I have a cup that is green and red too. So funny, hey?
And what's funny is I had a black lumber shirt, and I said, "No, I gotta have the red one. The fire horse. I need red. I
Yes.
need grounding somehow." Yeah,
That's awesome. And I never
yeah.
wear the shirt, so I don't know what made me grab
I've
it,
never
but
worn a lumber shirt in any of my videos.
that's so funny. Oh my gosh. Just cool synchronicities that come through, so I love
Yes,
it.
yes, yes.
But yeah, no, we can dive into this. And
Hmm?
I mean, I don't know if you wanted to start or if there's a specific question you wanted to dive into, but what I've noticed too, one of the big things that I got when it comes to New Year's and having like it's never made sense. I know you've mentioned this before, like having New Year's right in the middle, like January 1st in the middle of the winter, it doesn't make sense, right? It's usually
Mhm.
in spring when the things are blooming and we're in connection with Mother Earth. So, um, it's more of a construct. It's more of like a containment. I've seen it as. And on one side note too, one of the big words that came out for me specifically was energy harvesting. Look at
Mhm.
the New York. The thing that came into my mind was the New York Square, like tons of people coming together as well. So what is your overall energy and what you get with that?
Thank you, Breanne. Well, me, it's been years now, very years, several years that I have not celebrated any of the holidays. This year, I'm doing it a little differently. I'm just opening the doors between the 24 and the 27. Whoever wants to pop in, no gifts, no Christmas tree. We have food, potluck. Let's be together in love. Because I have not been doing any of the holidays, not my life day, not New Year's Eve, because I saw that there was like a corruption or inversion around that. And for me, in the end, once you know. And I've always been the person that, well, now that I know, like I can't do this anymore, right? Like my mind's made aware of it, and I don't want to participate in the Hunger Games.
Mm.
So a lot of these days were originally very good. Then we got the inversion, right, that happened within the matrix. So we left an organic simulation, inverted, and everything was mirrored upside down, and then was pushed to us, and then we were tricked into participating into these ceremonies. Now, with New Year's Eve, what do I get? So, yes, it's fun, but you get a lot of people who get together, and then, you get a lot of dopamine, the alcohol, the frenzy going on. Then you got the countdown happening, and excuse me. Anubis at a specific time, midnight, that everyone kisses and joins and blip blap bloop. But this is what I feel, right, Sekam, with that countdown there. What is happening right here, right? It's like all around the world at a specific time. You get people who are getting intoxicated that have the dopamine and all that. And then at midnight, you all celebrate and cheer in or chime in to something that happens. And what I feel or felt and still resonate to, that's like almost like signing up for the next year of the Hunger Games, where you give your sovereignty away to an inversion. So, and we look at it too, huh? You got so many people like, okay, my New Year's resolution. Next year, I'm going to be a better person. I'll watch my diet, all that. And you wait for a specific date. That never felt right to me. I mean, when we want to better ourselves, is it really in like energy driven dopamine in order to start like the green light? I think not. I think it should come at any time. It doesn't need a calendar, a date, an hour. And these changes should come from when you were calm, reflective, and see yourself on your higher time, not wait for this frenzy. So that's basically the beginning of how I feel about New Year's Eve.
Exactly. I agree with you. And like you said, there's the dopamine and then it drops. And that's why
Yes.
so many, I think people also have a bit of trouble with their New Year's resolutions too. And on top of that, it's starting with not like the natural rhythms with the earth, right? When we look at the
Yes.
calendar year, it was designed for accounting, it was designed for contracts, control,
Yeah.
predictability, right? So it's not for our nervous system, it's not for the soul cycles. And if we look at all the ancient systems, it began in the spring equinox, right? All of the
Mhm.
systems, Chinese New Year is more in February. Looking at all the other ancient systems as well, it's March, April. So it's just interesting to show like the January to December and then that New Year's is more of empire led. It's not earth led, is what I get for sure.
Yes. And
But
that's where I think you get the energy harvesting,
yeah.
empire led.
Yeah, and that was just something because originally I didn't see necessarily as New Year's being energy harvesting, but when I was going into my meditation the other night for our show, I'm like, that was the main thing that came up.
Mhm.
And, it's that construct when it comes to all of these, like you said, just these inversions that have happened, right? So you know, the excess of alcohol, all of that stuff, right? It plays a big role. But what was interesting? I kind of wanted to also ask the tarot what, what's the energy of the collective moving forward into a time where we're more in sync with Mother Earth? And it came about like, I remember there's this one, you guys will have to correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a little Norwegian island, and they don't keep track of time. They have, I think, a couple months of straight daylight and they're like, whatever, mowing their grass at midnight, but they're in sync with the earth. And I'm
Mhm.
curious, like, is that kind of also where we're headed in the future, right? Going back to our connections with Mother Earth. But what are you thinking?
Well, I think this is funny. Do you know how synchronicity today is between you and me? Not only are we matching in colors, but just before coming to meet you, Breanne, for this recording, I had done another video, which is question and answers part two. And one of them was about are we going back to a 13-month calendar?
No way, because that's what I was
Yes,
thinking. And look at
yes.
this three. We have that 313 too. That is so interesting. Okay, well, let's look at where we're headed. Let's see what the tarot has to say about that.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
I got the same spread as what I did in Q&A part two. You
Did you
can't make
really?
this.
I
I'll let you go.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so in the grand scheme of things, absolutely big pictures, yes. Interesting. Past Eight of Swords, the regular
Hmm.
system, like I guess we could say that Gregorian calendar, it was created for contracts, for accounting, for taxation as well. When you have to do your taxes, right? It's to keep us in prison. That's it, not the natural cycles. Again, empire led, not earth led. When we look at the collective, we have the Page of Pentacles, which is, yes, I feel like people are going to. This is actually a really big topic. And I feel like when we look at the collective, there is going to be more interest. I can't, again, you can't make this up. With Mother Earth, we have the Empress. So there is going to be more of a steer towards moving towards that. I will say though, I feel like it's a little bit, it's not tomorrow. I feel like there's still going to be a bit of time because in my situation is the Four of Swords and this is stillness, right? And it's also looking to me as like the dead of the winter, looking at New Year's being in the dead of the winter when it shouldn't be. It should be when things are blooming with the Empress, right? And connected to agriculture and the crops. So interesting enough, my outcome is the big yes. We have the chariot. This is momentum returning, and I feel like the shifts will be integrated into. We also have the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So there is a big shift, I feel like, happening for the collective, but it is moving forward over the next. I feel like with that, do we still have it? Yeah, the Three of Wands. Like even over the next maybe 3 years, there'll be more shifts and changes with time. And on top of that, I know out here, you're out in Canada too, I believe, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Montreal. I'm in
yeah.
Montreal.
Yeah, and they talked about because we have the time changes as well, and it's like there's been a lot of bit of controversy of like, well, why
Yeah,
do we
yeah,
have the
yeah,
time
yeah.
changes? Anyway, but yes, I do think that's where we're headed, more of a in sync with Mother Earth versus
Mm.
in sync with the empires.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, did you want me to go with what I got?
Yeah.
So it's the same question for me. So first in line, so we're talking about the past. For me as a reader, past is the first line, second is the now, third is the future. So it's all about a strategy here with the Seven of Swords. We're moving things around. We're talking about, are we going to go from a 12 to a 13 month, things that are natural? There's already movement. Yesterday, it's strategic. So keep to yourself right now with the Four of Pentacles, okay? It's not time to like go crazy or imagine that things are going to be very fast. Hold on to yourself because secrets of the universe are coming online with a major arcana, the high priestess, about the Janus pillars, the duality, like how it went from 13 to 12 and now going back to 13 months, right? We're changing. Secrets are already coming online right now, okay, because we are living into with the Five of Wands. You can't really build anything with this. We're stepping on our feet, punching ourselves in the face. You can't really build. It's outer conflict, and that 12-month thing has been that to keep us like within a scenario of playing unbeknownst to us, the Hunger Games. Okay. But at the heartbeat, bam, 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 we're coming out of a dormant state. Another major arcana, the Hermit, calling to all the sailors lost at sea. Come home. We're enlightened. We're coming out of a coma, a spell casting. And yes, we're going back to a 13-month, but it's going to be slow, like Breanne said. The Knight of Pineapples, he's slow moving, but so well calculated. Let's not forget the first card was strategic. We're moving things around about information. But this guy's sure as hell gonna deliver his pineapple where he sets his mind's eye to. You can't blow him out of the way. For the future, we got a restored generosity where the meek inherits the earth with is that the six or the seven of pineapples?
The six.
The six, thank you. I'm like dyslexic with certain numbers. The six, the seven, sometimes the eight. So this is like the meek inherits the earth, and it's also for me as a reader got a beautiful off-world benevolent energy. There, where we become the king of pineapples, the king of anything abundant. And with the 13th month cycle, there is so much that is restored with the water, with the moon, with the menstrual cycle. It's how it is meant to be. And why? Okay. All this is happening. Why? Because we're breaking the chains of the devil system that had kept us within a 12-month loop in order to control us. Why? So, unbeknownst to us, we have been living the Hunger Games, but we're coming out of that slumber. We're aware. So, with the slow movement, I know I'm babbling. I'm so sorry. It's coming into me, the information now. Is This is not going to be fast moving. So, how I feel is that because of the secrets of the universe, there's going to be many who are going to stop listening to how it is made to follow on this calendar on my kitchen wall. A lot of people are slowly going to be moving away from it and just not pay attention to it, listening to Gaia, to nature, to their inner higher self, and perhaps start following more aboriginal ways of living, following, like you mentioned, that place that doesn't have time where you cut the grass at midnight
Yeah,
in
I think
Norway, I
there's a
think.
little place in Norwegian island,
No,
if I'm not
okay.
mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
So it's going to be slow moving, but it's going to happen. So you were right when you said it's not going to happen like that. I think people are going to stop listening, stop the 12-month, follow their own natural instincts, like the animals do in nature. And eventually the powers that be are just going to say, well, no one's listening to our 12 months. We might as well like go 13 months, but it's not going to be an EBS or like, oh, by the way, world, we're going through 13 months. I don't get that. It's something that's naturally just going to unfold.
yes, and that makes sense because I had the Queen of Pentacles and you had the King of Pentacles, and that's that sustainability. It's heart first structures. And when we look at earth-based wisdom with the Hermit that you had too, this is more of like us embodying it. So I do get it's going to take a bit of time as well because it just feels like more of that curiosity. But this is also why I think there's so much like we're confused because it disconnects us from the natural rhythms. And it's funny who you were talking about. You get confused with like the six or the sevens. And
Yes.
something that I was looking up, I mean, many of you guys might be aware of this, but even when you look at like sept is 7, and when we look at September, it's the ninth month. Like octo, like an octagon is 8 sides, so why is it the 10th month, right? It goes on. Novem is, I guess, Latin for 9. We have deca for 10, so why is it the 12th month? So it just shows like a like inversion with the whole calendar. But I think that there's going to be a lot of people more led to connect with the natural rhythms of Earth versus this, old system that's been going on for a while.
Absolutely. And I think as we move on, there's going to be less and lesser population of NPCs, right?
Mm.
So, there's also of that, right, with the 12 months and, like the NPCs helping us stay within that game, for lack of a better expression. But as we're moving out, right, like again, I love saying we were in a matrix, but now that matrix is gone and we're restored to an organic simulation, how it was before the
Yeah.
dome of the matrix, that like a spider web, if you want, that.
Oh, that's so interesting that you mentioned spiderweb because I've been playing with these cards. They're these oracles and they are beautiful, but I keep getting the spider, like the tarantula. I mean, I
Oh,
don't have it
really?
right now, but yes, I get that. I've had the tarantula come out multiple times and there's a spider one as well. And I thought that was interesting. And we can look at like the webs running so deep within the systems and the breaking free from that devil. Um, oh, there was something that I was gonna mention and now I've kind of lost it, but um, darn. But yeah, no, that was kind of interesting that you mentioned the spider as well.
And it's funny. I mentioned spider. You mentioned your spider card. And like lately on Instagram, I keep having a repetition of different videos of people dressing up their little dogs as a tarantula that's freaking out their big dog.
Really?
So it's funny because I never, because you can dress your animal up in a Halloween
Yeah.
costume, but all I see is like these little chihuahuas that look like a
And
tarantula
spiders.
and wakes up the boxer or the pit bull, and the pit bull freaks and jumps.
Oh my goodness. I think I've seen some of those videos too.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, poor pit bull, but it's funny. There's something with, let's see here. Do you want to go and look? Is there something about spiders?
Okay. Let me
Let's just a few cards, maybe. Yeah. Hmm.
Wow. What do you have?
Well, I have the Five of Cups, so this is about sorrow, focus on the spilled milk, whilst there are two cups full of hope in the background, but this is sorrow. Then I have the Ten of Pentacles, happy life, happy family, lack of nothing. Everyone is like abundance. And then we got a military here, High Ho Silver, coming with information to the rescue. So we're talking about sorrow, but not all hope was lost. And then at the heartbeat, we got the 10 of abundance, and then we got fast moving information rushing in.
Oh,
So I don't know how to make that. Then I got the star, off-world healing, new connections, handshakes, emotion. There's something about the emotions here. Then we got the chariot, fast movement, right under the knight, the knight of swords. Fast, fast. I need three more. As above, so below, the magician manifesting, pointing, pointing, getting rid of that web somehow, because that's under the star. People are exhausted, holding by a thread, but not giving up with the Nine of Wands. And we end about a reevaluation.
wow. I love that. See, it's interesting because I think, like you said, you have the Ten of Pentacles, I have the Ten of Cups. You had the Five of Cups, I have the Eight of Cups. So, what I
Right.
have, so I have the Eight of Cups, I have the Justice, and the Ten of Cups as well. But with the spider, like, I'm getting to, like, on one aspect, more of that darker aspect with the webs that run very deep within the whole corrupt system. And that's justice. There's balance coming back. And it actually is bringing back something that I was going to say earlier. When I was doing a crystal ball gazing too, this is coming back into my image. I seen like these rays coming from the sky, and they do shift the environment, the mother earth, like the energy. And with the web consciousness, a spider builds in alignment. It builds in the alignment with the environment as well, right? So that's that vibration, and it reflects the shift. So it's kind of like reorganizing the organic structure. But there is a beautiful like new start. There's that Ten of Cups, which is people coming
Yeah.
together, happy family. We have new beginnings, seeds being planted. So that's kind of interesting too with all that. But I feel like when we build, it's like building when connections are correct, not when they're like supposed to be commanded. And that kind of like rolls in with the calendar and the whole New Year's as well, right? It's like working with the vibrations, the exact energy and moment with earth and the nature and the movement. And look at that card with nature and the little squirrel there as well, right? It's
Yes.
that new planted seeds. So I feel like the spiders could trigger. I mean, when you look at a spider, sometimes people are scared of them, right?
Hmm.
They have a fear because they expose an illusion. And I feel like that's also showing that some of the systems are very fragile right now. But you know what? You know what? Okay, I'm gonna say one thing. Remember, okay, kind of jumping to Anubis a little bit. He has in the hieroglyphs, when you guys look at Anubis, he's got the scales, and we have the justice holding the scales here as
Yes.
well, right? So it's kind of interesting. It shows like reality being like woven here with the spider web. So, wow.
And I think there's a change because, however, the spider web used to be, because would a web be very much like illusion or dream state, or like there's more than just the web that's like confining or sticking to. That it feels like very illusion. That's why I had this as the first cut, but there's something different happening with the spider webs. There's something very different. So I don't like I like spiders, like I like everything. Like I never kill them. I usually put them in one of my plants,
Yeah.
just have fun and live, whatever.
Exactly. You know what I'm
Um,
seeing in my head? The you know those dream catchers, the dream catchers that have like
yes.
the to me the webs as well, working with this the higher states, with the dream states as well. And
Yeah,
interesting that rolls into your dreams, how you were having trouble remembering the dreams. There is more to it. There's like
there's
something
so
else
much
here.
to it. But it ends well. I mean, like we both got great cards here. Lots of healing, lots of traction.
Yeah. Um, and I had this one card come out with that oracles, and it's the black egg. It's like, I feel like this is the creation, right? It holds the potential in the darkness. And weird enough, back of this deck, I mean, I didn't pull this one, but the back of the deck is the cave. Like, look at the darkness here. So it feels like it's the
Hmm.
creation before light. It's almost that void. It's that 0 point field, is what I'm getting.
Wow.
Hmm. All possibilities existing in that egg, that black egg. Interesting.
Huh.
Ego death. I think Anubis.
Ego,
I think
death, and
I think Anubis keeps coming in. That's what it is.
yes, yes,
And he's
yes.
like he's in his black, his symbolic black, coat as well. I always get the Doberman for some reason. I see a Doberman in my mind's eyes when I see Anubis, but
Well, he looks like that Jackal,
yeah,
Doberman. Like
yeah,
that's what we think of, right? As we do, Sekhmet, she's a feline, like a
yeah.
lioness, right? Yeah.
But that's exactly what this is in. This is corresponding to the ego deaths, to the breakdowns of also false structures as well. Um, Interesting. So it feels like it's a stone that holds in like gestation, and it's that primordial egg.
Well,
Primordial.
it looks like a dragon egg, like a
Yeah.
Fabergé egg.
Oh, yes. Oh, there's actually been a lot of in the news about those Fabergé eggs, actually.
Hmm.
I seen that a little while ago. I don't know why that just popped up, but um, interesting.
Ah, yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes.
Old timelines dissolving when it comes to looking at the old systems with the 12-month calendars, I guess.
And maybe that's what the spider and the spider web is too, like getting us unstuck from the illusion. If the spider's got something to do with the dream cycle, like coming out, like the hermit waking up, unsticking from the web. There's something there with the Fabergé and Anubis. It's maybe we're putting too much time on the spider because that's not really what, but there's something
Yeah.
there, you
Maybe
know.
we'll have to do a part two at some point with this deep dive into the
Yes.
spider.
Yes, yes,
Oh
yes,
boy.
yes.
All right. How are we doing here? Do you want to, is there any other thing, anything else that we can dive into about New Year's? Or, I mean, I think the big question we asked is because I was really curious about moving forward into a different, time frame, like you said, the 13th month. So it looks like we are headed in that direction. Um, was there something else coming to mind that you wanted to dive
I think
into?
it's just maybe, is this some maybe just like inviting everyone, the family, to really be reflective, right? Because there's social pressure and we must do better. And last year I failed, so I'm putting all my energy for at this specific day, I'm gonna wake up and be a better person. And this is always like looking outside and waiting for a call, right? And who
Yeah.
decides on this call? Let's take our power back, our sovereignty. We don't need a date to celebrate. And when we make decisions, I find it's very important that it should be in calm times when you're relaxed, when you can really reflect, and not in hysteria and dopamine and all that. because everyone comes together and puts their energy at an elevated state. That's like a frequency of magic, if you want, right? But who's calling onto that? Is it really us? Who told us to gather up at midnight? Who are we giving our powers away to, unbeknownst to us? And I think that maybe the biggest take here is like just a reminder, to look inside, not outside. We're all going through a remembrance right now. But if you're too focused at hysteria, are you gonna like remember what is trying to come back to the table right now? I think that's what I want to say.
I love
The
that.
end.
I love that. And it's so interesting. The one card that came out was nine, new beginnings, and we are ending a 9 year, you guys. Like that is
Ah.
perfect. We're ending a 9 year, going into a 1 year. So, and I'm looking at the clock right now, and it's exactly 9 o'clock. So, how funny is that? Double
That
nine.
is super, super, super synchronicity, you and me. We
Yeah,
are double
it's
vision.
yes, today is just so it's so connected. I love you, my friend. It's so connected. It's beautiful. It
I
always is.
adore
It's
you. And
always
you
been.
have so many orbs, you. I think I've seen
You
six of
know,
your orbs flying like jets.
so one of my lovely friends that was watching some of my videos said, since you've been back from Egypt, there's so much more activity in your
You're
screen.
like an airport.
Well, sometimes I work with bringing like pillars of light down to like work with the, astral or with the
Uh-huh.
other world too. So anyway, that's another topic. But I mean,
I love it.
I mean, I don't see any bugs, but you
Well,
never.
right now, no, it's not bugs. I know what an orb is. So I took one oracle card on what were we talking about? Because then I talked about orbs and now I'm lost in the ether.
Well, we were talking about like why do we need a specific date
Oh,
to
yes.
really, yeah.
Yes. So I got new cards, which are the unicorn
Mm.
oracle cards. So one that I found, follow your intuition. So what I said, go within for remembrance. Who tells us to celebrate at 11:59 and 30 seconds and do a countdown? And let's think, now I'm getting countdown, going backwards. Count down, not count up. There's more to it too with that midnight thing.
It's bringing us down, not up,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes. Follow your intuition, babies.
Yes.
And then you'll have freedom.
I love that. That's so perfect.
Yes.
I love that. And I think one thing I could add too is, I mean, when we're looking, I mean, we talked a little bit about that dopamine, but when we look at even, not to get too off the beaten track with like manifestation, but what I've been like looking into as well is like our nervous system. It's like when there's those highs and lows, that's a dopamine. So we need to make our manifestations the new normal. And that's when there is not a high. Either it could be either or, it could be complete joy and happiness, and it could be sadness and depression. You know what I mean? It's still an imbalance,
It's
right?
a yo-yo.
Yeah, so it's like when you are in rhythm, like neutral, like in just observing as well, you're in more of that calm state and your body's able to move forward with whatever it is because that is your normal, right? And I think that's where a lot of people get confused with manifestation because they get amped up and they do the visuals and the affirmations, but then they're still in this yo-yo phase. So it's not real to them. It's not their normal. Their body's literally their nervous system says no, this is not real, right?
It gets fried, and I love what you say at the 0 point where everything is calm, because what happens when you're there, there's that death of the ego.
Hmm.
You can see everything like from a higher perspective, as if you're on top of you looking down at the situation.
Yeah.
Because when you're too much on the extreme, your nervous system is fried, right? And then enters ego trying to make sense of it.
Yes. Exactly. And at that 0 point, that's where unlimited possibilities exist. That's where you create.
Yes.
So interesting.
Mhm.
Oh, and you know what? Okay, what I'm getting with the countdown is it removes from presence, is what I'm
Oh,
getting.
yes.
So that's a big thing. It's like when you're counting down, you're not present. So you're starting this new year not even being present, and that's the whole purpose of this is to be present, to be within. So that increases again that yo-yo, that hormone imbalance, the narrows the perception, right?
And I'm also getting, oh my gosh, I love this. Like, this is how you decipher things, communication and fun. Okay, so yes to what you just said, but okay, let's look at it down. It's almost like time traveling too. You're
Yeah.
heading to midnight, you're counting down, you're bringing last year to the now moment for a repetition cycle, trapped in the loop all over again. That would be the Two of Pentacles, looping, looping.
Oh my
Yo,
gosh.
yo, a yo, yo.
Exactly. That is it.
Yeah,
It is absolutely it. Huh. I love that. That was a
you
really,
do.
I love
Yeah.
that. Yes. Okay. Well, I think that was amazing. Do we want to switch gears a little bit and dive into
Yes.
Anubis?
Yes, yes,
Oh
yes.
my goodness. All right. So, did you want to, how do you want to start with this? Do you want to begin or do you want me to begin or what are you thinking?
Either or, like I'm very easygoing.
Yeah.
I don't know very much about Anubis until just recently. Reason why is I've always been more obsessive with Sekhmet, the lioness queen of Egypt. I found I resonate to her as a dragon. I have a connection to the feline, the Lyrians, the Lyrians, and I just like find her gorgeous. And I love, like legend would be said that she created the desert with her breath in order to protect her people. And I love that kind of energy. So I was always Sekhmet oriented, but recently it came to my attention because one of our glorious sisters had reached out to me by email and started speaking about Anubis. And she had a concept that I don't know if I fully agree or disagree with, but I find it extremely interesting. And the thing was, like, so we had these gods of Egypt per se a long time ago. And what would happen, like with commercialism and turn them into statues or idolatries?
Idolize?
Yeah,
Idolize?
like idols, like statues that you idolize.
Yeah.
And then those statues you put on the shelf, like, could there be some kind of like a ceremony or a soul trap or a fragment of something that imprisons them? And I found a very interesting question. And, like, because I'm aware we're in a simulation, everything is possible. So, but then I started focusing a bit more on Anubis because she mentioned him. And like you, I always saw the Doberman, the Jackal, and the Jackal makes sense because in Egypt, I believe towards the river of the Nile, I think I might be wrong, but the jackals, like they hunt there for
Mhm.
cadavers or
I think so.
whatever, or grave sites, or they're
Mhm.
around there,
Yes.
right? Like where there's death, I think, and therefore like the jackal. So I always knew him as Lord of the Underworld.
Mhm.
So therefore, he's got a bad reputation. Okay. So people, oh, the underworld, hell. There's this whole concept. And you brought something very interesting that I'm not going to steal from you, but you had an epiphany with the word God.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you said you've had that realization for a little while, but when I was connecting with Anubis just last night, because like you, I've always been more geared toward like Sekhmet and that
Mm,
energy. But when connecting to Anubis, what I was showing some really clear stuff, and one was the word God. I'm like,
mm,
okay. And what I showed was like the reverse. The
mm,
God is DOG, right? So when we look at that, and I'm not saying this in like mockery, but what do you do with a dog? You walk a dog. So what I was being shown from Anubis is with that, there was a specific message. It said Divinity must be walked, not worshipped. And I think that's where comes in with the statements, or sorry, the statues you were talking
Yes.
about. Because in Egypt, there's so much talk about worshiping this god and worshiping that god, and that's not the truth behind it all. It's about, also a living map of learning ourselves, learning that we are part, like we are God, right? So
Hmm.
it was an interesting energy, and I was shown like Anubis walks between that line. Like if you look at God as awareness or source intelligence, and dog is that earthly branch, that earthly guardian, and he is between that, working with the consciousness, right? Like you said, like the ego death. That's where I think that black egg wanted to come out,
Ah.
right?
Oh, that's for sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. But I love all this. I love all this. And oh my gosh, like so much was coming while you were speaking. And like my dream, don't forget, don't forget. Now I'm on the verge. Hold on a second. Um, okay, yes, thank you, higher self. I love this subject. It's just so cool. So you have these gods, and then you have the statues, and then people start. I think that originally, like the energy behind all of these Egyptian gods would come for a meetup, there where a statue was. But eventually, what happened is that people, I guess, would start worshiping the statue and washing it and giving it offerings. And it wasn't about the actual presence. Now they started worshiping this and wanting it in their house because they felt that now that I have a piece of you, you will be my guardian angel, you will be my protector. And I feel that that's where the disconnection is because I am not one to be worshipped or owned. He's very independent, Anubis. He's very just, but he really doesn't want to be worshipped. He is about truth, integrity, like you mentioned about the balance, the feather and the heart. What
Yes.
is that? Okay, when it comes to your time. And people say it's like, oh, upon death, I got to go see Anubis and he's going to weigh my heart. Well, perhaps. But do you know how many layers of different deaths there is? Like you mentioned, death of the ego. He will be there at the moment of truth. So, what's your heart? Is it light as a feather? What does that mean, really? What are you consumed with in your hearts? Have you done like say like the year of the snake? Have you shedded it? How heavy is it? Is it consumed with guilt, with disappointment? You could be a very good positive person, but what is it weighed with? I think that that's where Anubis is, and that's where we rebirth as the phoenix after the dark night of the soul, death of the ego, like the egg. The end.
Yes, I mean, I feel like you touched base on exactly what I was getting as well. And I think
Oh
people,
shoot! I took your place. I'm
oh
so
no,
sorry.
not at all, not at all, my friend. I love that. I think people
Oh,
mistake like dissolution for death, but like you said, it's the ego death as well. He doesn't end you,
yes.
he ends what isn't real. So it's like showing you the identities that we, let's say, associate with. We're like, okay, I am this identity, but underneath it all, it's like, no, that's just part of the ego as well. So I feel like he really walks between those lines, and he's not all about, death and the underworld and all this
I
language.
like him.
Yes, I got a really good energy when I was connecting, and it was really neat to see kind of him showing me like working with the consciousness through transitions. And when you were talking about the scales, like I with the god, is that Mat? I think I'm saying it correctly, but she is the feather, right? It's the cosmic law.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that was a
Yeah,
god that feathers it. Oh, I did not know that.
so she's like that cosmic law. So what I get from that, like with the heart, weighing the heart, it's not that he's necessarily like judging you, but he's
No.
weighing. It's like there is the weight of your vibration, like where your heart is. And that I think also connects to when we're looking at reincarnation. When we reincarnate based off where our energetic heart is. It's not about, okay, you did one thing bad, so you're gonna have this bad life. It's like, no, energetically where your vibration is where you get shuffled in that reincarnation presence as well. So that was something that I got from.
And I'm also getting, like, I think it's my higher self, but Anubis is because I'm being shown an old-fashioned mirror, like with the handle, and you look in the mirror. Anubis, that's the head, the feather and the heart. He gives you a mirror, and you can look into your consciences and your soul, the balance,
Yes.
reflective.
Yeah, yeah, and there's actually it's interesting. I actually got a tool. It's wrapped right now. It's for a gift for my partner, but it is a like a mirror. But
Antique, yeah.
it's not like a typical mirror. It's actually like a brass, but it's to look at the inner consciousness, right? So I think that's that reflection. So that's so cool that you
Synchronicity again. What are we up at?
oh
Seven
my gosh,
synchronicity?
right?
Eight?
Oh geez, that's so
But
funny.
what I get about Anubis and everything we're talking about, my beauty queen, is that we have the Six of Wands, okay? So Anubis, the conversation, the feather, the heart, his purpose. Now look at the reef here. It's round like that old-fashioned mirror I just said. Back from more victorious. He is there to help us. He's like a handshake. You come here emotionally, and he could present himself now. Yes, I have a lyrian, but it's still here about the helix, okay, the health system. And then we have the creator who's a god.
That is fabulous. I love
Yeah,
that. And my Six of Wands for me is, interesting. Okay, and this is what you keep getting like a certain like you got Six of Wands, I got Six of Cups. You had the Ten of Pentacles, I had the Ten of Cups. Like it keeps,
synchronicity.
yeah.
We're
So
at nine. That's
um
nine.
yeah, I mean, this is so
Synchronicities, yeah.
crazy. But my Six of Wands is also a card of ego, right? When you're looking at the shadow aspect. So that's him presenting. It's just showing a mirror of the ego, of that ego death. So I
Oh.
have the remembrance, and he's able to, interesting, I have two sixes, Six of Cups and Six of Pentacles. So it's the remembrance and sharing that knowledge. It's the illumination of it. Oh my gosh, there's that sun. I didn't even clue into that one for a moment, but it's the illumination of what's lying in the shadows. So it's not to be scared of, it's to bring it to awareness.
And the underdeck here, I got the Queen of Swords, truth and justice with strict boundaries. You can't run away from your conscience with that feather and that heart. It's pure reflection, strict, just. There's no running away from it. It's like, what are you holding in front of you right here?
And
You
it's
know, like that
like
mirror, that
yeah,
sword.
and
Yes.
truth and it feels like a
Justice.
justice, yeah, the
Yeah.
justice energy. And you know what's interesting with the Nile? Okay, we have Anubis as black, right? Interesting enough, we have the black egg, and when we look at what black could really represent, it's like the rebirth. And the Nile, what I found in the Nile, they have something called like the Nile silt, and it is like this really fertile within the Nile, and that's like the black energy that I'm seeing that connects. So we have the black, we have Anubis that is black, so it's like a illumination, but also a rebirth. So it's not like he comes just in times of like a physical death, but it's very much linked to remembrance and that ego death as well.
Well,
So
yes, because Dark Night of the Soul,
yeah.
Death of Ego, and I get dance that comes in.
Ooh, dance. I
So we
love.
got the moon, secrets, illusions. Then we got the dance here, dancing in the water, in the moonlight, dancing, dancing on the edge, the balance.
Yes.
Actually, he's a healer too, huh? Because in that moment of a death of the ego, what happens? You heal. If you decide, because I mean, in those times, do or die. And if you decide to do, you heal, and then hope is restored to you.
That is beautiful. Yes, and interesting. I just grabbed one of my other oracles, and I have the cross, but we also have crossing through the thresholds with the clouds, and then I have lilies as well. And it feels like again a rebirth, like a renewal energy that's
Yes.
there. So
Yes.
yeah, so
Yes,
interesting.
yes, yes, yes. And let's look at this one more time. So
Yeah.
during that time, you're dancing on the edge where you might be down death of an ego. But if you survive, look now, the wand goes in a time of dancing from down to upwards.
Oh my goodness, look at that. That is perfect.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Wow. And it's like down, talking
You know
about the
what? I think
count.
I'm gonna order one of these for you. You're gonna
Oh,
love
they're
this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
beautiful. And you know what I get with that? The down, like you were talking about before, you kept getting there's something about the countdown. It's like it's going down, not up.
Yes.
So that's another synchronicity.
We're at 10.
Oh my gosh. This is
Yeah.
fabulous. I
I
love
love
it.
it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. Me too. So yeah, very big. Like I feel like he really exists between the thresholds of cycles again, because there is something that like with when you pulled the high priestess, I think it was earlier, I kept getting cycles like the moon cycles, like that keeps coming out very strong for me. So, oh, and I just seen the death card.
There we
There's that
go.
transformation.
Under
Wow.
the moon.
Yes, under the moon. That's very interesting. All right. Um, do we have any other specific questions that we wanted to dive into?
I don't know. I'm not thinking of anything. My higher self seems happy. Anubis is very happy because I can feel him and I can feel he's very thankful. Thank you. This is the energy for not making a spectacle of my energy, my name. Spectacle is a big word he's making me feel here. Thank you for speaking of your heart. He is very, very happy. He was really misunderstood. Like he was put with death, devil, hell, and this is just simply not it.
No,
Um, are
exactly.
you getting anything, you?
I'm just showing him measuring in alignment. And again, that statement, like divinity must be walked, not worshipped, comes out very strong from him.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I got six cards. I got the Page of Cups, so very useful. Emotion, water. There's a fish in the cup. This is my Black Cat
I
deck.
love
Isn't that
that. I was
cute?
gonna say, what deck is that?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Then I got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is spiritual knowledge, education. It's not always about a creepy crawly Pope-like person. I'm talking about him right now. So Page of Cups, emotion. He offers emotional youthfulness. Hierophant, that's heightened spiritual education in order the fool to have a rebirth, reincarnation. So he comes and shows you your emotions as a spiritual teacher for you to have a rebirth, whether if it's after a dark night of the soul, a death of an ego, whatever kind of death it is. And you can have everything that you desire with the 10 of pineapples, happy life, happy family, lack of nothing. Follow your intuition, the mystic, the Queen of Wands, highly independent. And it's a collaboration, Two of Cups, where hands are meeting. So, yes, again, with the Queen of Wands, she has a wand. It could be that mirror. Follow your intuition. So, basically, out of six cards, I kind of got the same thing that we tapped into. Like, it's almost like I'm saying
Yeah.
again what we've been saying the whole time.
Right.
There's
One thing
nothing new here. Yeah.
I'm curious, on your card, the Hierophant, is that a dream catcher on the cat's chest? Because I was seeing a dream
Oh my
catcher
gosh, yes,
earlier.
it is. It is. It is. It
See,
is.
because
It
I'm like,
is.
I was seeing a dream catcher earlier. So that is so cool. So I feel like what I'm getting with that is, I mean, I feel like on some level we have talked about it, but it's like him, Anubis filtering through. He looks at what's allowed to pass through the states, the in-between states, the thresholds, I guess we can say.
Oh my gosh, yes, because the big cat here would be Anubis. This would be the person dealing with Anubis. The two hands here could be
Oh,
the balance.
and look at that. On that, it looks like the skeletons to represent like a not in a bad way, but the death, the crossing of the
E-
threshold.
Absolutely.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I thought that
There's
dream
so
catcher
much
was kept coming out.
information.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw
Did you?
another
I
orb.
seen that. I think I've seen
Oh,
that.
you know who just showed up as a message? Our sister, Honey Golden, a voice
Oh,
message. 11 synchronicities.
oh
That's
my
11.
goodness. Hello, honey. I love it. That was so fabulous, my friend. I really enjoyed that. And I mean, fabulous. I had so much fun.
Oh, we had so much fun because we're not double trouble, but we are
Double
double vision.
vision.
So
With a
I have
little
an
bit of
ent
trouble.
I have a yeah, a little bit, a little bit. That's mostly on my side, I think.
I love it. Oh, geez.
So I have an
Yes,
intro invocation. Would you like me to read it?
I would love it.
Yay! All right, a beautiful Femi. So this one is called The Threshold Reclaimed. So it's a little bit of everything we talked to because I knew what the subject was going to be when I spoke to Breanne. All right, Femi, we step away now from the noise of false beginnings, from the clock that told us when to become, from the spell that said transformation must be loud, public, and approved. We release the countdown. We release its frenzy. We release the Hunger Games that taught us to compete for worth, to punish ourselves for time, to call exhaustion growth. Tonight, we reclaim the threshold, not as spectacle, but as sovereignty. We choose to cross consciously with clear eyes and an honest heart, no longer seduced by promises of next year, no longer bargaining with systems that thrive on our self correction. We call now upon Anubis, guardian of true crossings, keeper of the silent gate, not as idol, not as a symbol, but as a presence. Stand with us as we shed the old skin. Stand with us as illusion dies cleanly, without drama, without apology. As the year of the snake completes its shedding, let what is false fall away without resistance. And as the year of the fire horse approaches, swift, uncompromising, and alive, let us meet it unburdened. For the horse does not wait, and neither does truth. May what cannot move quickly dissolve. May what is heavy burn off. May what is real remain. We choose no external countdowns. We choose no borrowed rights. We choose the moment we are ready. Our hearts are lit, our gaze steady. Our crossing is complete. And so it is.
So it is. Yay, that was
Yay.
fabulous. Thank you for sharing that.
You're
That
welcome.
was fabulous. So I hope everyone enjoyed hanging out with us today. We love you guys. And I'm excited to be back in the future for some more tarot chats with
Oh,
you.
yes, 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 yes. We will be back.
Yeah.
Valentine's could be a good one.
I was seeing that when you
February.
yes, that was interesting. Yeah. That would be a
Yeah.
fun one to dive into as well.
Yeah, let's
But
do
yes,
that.
for that.
And see who else wants to come in. Maybe around cherubs.
Oh,
Valentine's, decode, cherubs. That feels right.
yes,
Huh?
that's fabulous. Let's plan for
Yes.
that.
Let's plan for that.
So we thank you guys so much for joining us. We wish you an amazing rest of your day wherever you are on this journey. And until next time, bye for now, lovely
We
souls.
love you, babies. Mwah!